Hi, my name is Sylvie. I am a certified health coach and fitness trainer, and today's video will answer the question, how many calories should I eat while intermittent fasting? When it comes to calories and intermittent fasting, I want you to know that you don't really need to worry about counting calories, although calories do matter. But counting calories can be useful to troubleshoot if you are having trouble losing weight while intermittent fasting, as well as to make sure that you are eating enough. Because when you are in intermittent fasting, it is possible to undereat. And I want to make sure that you avoid undereating. I do not want you to overstress your body, and I want you to lose weight slowly, steadily, and not go on a crash diet and undereat while you are intermittent fasting. So in this video, I'm going to start by explaining quickly why counting calories when intermittent fasting is usually not necessary, and also how weight loss using intermittent fasting works. Because yes, when you practice intermittent fasting, you are losing weight because you are decreasing your calorie consumption, but it's more than that. So we're going to talk a little bit about the mechanism behind weight loss while intermittent fasting, and then I'm going to help you determine how many calories you should eat when intermittent fasting if you decide to track your calories. So let's start with how intermittent fasting works. The number one factor that will help you successfully lose weight when intermittent fasting is achieving ketosis and going in and out from ketosis as you are fasting. And that is called metabolic flexibility. And actually, I've been thinking about my health coaching methodology a lot lately and realized that my health coaching is all about flexibility. For example, flexibility of your body through stretching, flexibility of your body through intermittent fasting, flexibility of your mindset through mindfulness. Well, in this case, with intermittent fasting and weight loss, it is obvious that we want a flexible metabolism, and we are using intermittent fasting to accomplish this. As you fast, if you fast long enough, your body starts running out of glycogen and needs to use your fat cells to produce ketones for energy. And that's what's so powerful about intermittent fasting. You need to make sure you fast long enough on your fasting days, and you do not fast every single day. Depending on the intermittent fasting method that you pick, you may fast only 2 days a week. And then on your fasting days, you are going to ensure that you reach optimal weight loss ketosis. To do that, you're going to see how you feel, because with experience, you'll know how you feel when you are in that optimal weight loss ketosis. And you can also use a ketone monitor to measure your ketones. That is also super helpful. I myself use the Keto Mojo, and if you would like to look it up, you can get a 15% discount with my affiliate link. You can find that in the blog post, and the link to my blog post is in the description below. But optimal weight loss ketosis usually sits at about 1.0 or even 2.0 on the ketone monitor. However, before you start with a specific number in your mind that you think is the right number, I really want to make sure that you pay attention to how you feel, because that will be the ultimate guideline to help you determine which level is your optimal weight loss ketosis level. And what you will find is that you feel more energetic, you feel more focused, but mostly the main thing is you'll notice that your appetite decreases and your hunger doesn't bother you the same way. If you're anything like most people who get started wanting to lose weight, you probably find that you get grumpy when you go any length of time without food. When you feel hungry, it really affects you. You're kind of a slave to food because you can't go more than like 3 hours without eating, and that can be all consuming. But once you get into that optimal weight loss ketosis, that's not the case anymore. Hunger just feels like a feeling in your stomach, and it doesn't make you grumpy, it doesn't make you feel awful, and it's not like all you can do is think about food. It's really freeing. So that's why intermittent fasting works so well for weight loss. This metabolic switch is really what supports you in your journey and what helps you decrease your calorie intake naturally. But after all that, if you do decide that you want to track calories, you want to troubleshoot your intermittent fasting for weight loss, or you're just curious about how many calories you're consuming, well, you need to know that to lose 1 pound a week, you need a calorie deficit of about 1,700 to 3,000 calories a week. Or some other health experts recommend a calorie deficit of about 10% your maintenance calorie need. And to find out what your maintenance calorie need is, you can use online calculators that require you to enter your age, your height, your current weight. So I have a link again in the blog post to one of those that also comes in the context of a great article about how many calories you need to consume. So I recommend you look that up. And once you have your maintenance calorie needs, then you can do the math and figure out how many calories you need to lose weight. And when you do that, I recommend that you look at your weekly calorie need rather than your daily calorie need, because many of the intermittent fasting methods that I recommend require a longer fast and are not done every day. So to look at your weekly calorie intake takes into account this fact. For example, one of the methods that I favor is the 5-2 method. Well, the 5-2 method requires you to consume 500 calories 2 days a week. Well, that will be a calorie deficit of about 3,000 calories a week, naturally, not reducing your calories at all the other 5 days of the week. So if you use the 5-2 method, you can just eat 2,000 calories 5 days a week, eat your 500 calories 2 days a week, and you already have a deficit of 3,000 calories for your week, which is a lot. And I wouldn't recommend that you reduce your calories any more than that. If you pick the Eat Stop Eat method, which requires you to fast for 24 hours, maybe 2 or 3 days a week, well, then again, you're just eating one dinner 2 or 3 times a week, and that will naturally decrease your calorie intake as well, possibly in a range of 2,600 to even more, 3,500 calories a week. Again, that's why looking at your weekly calorie intake matters more than daily. And lastly, the other intermittent fasting method that I tend to recommend is the warrior diet. The warrior diet requires you to fast for 20 hours, maybe 4 or 5 days a week. And in that case, I mean, you could look at your calorie intake on a daily basis on your fasting days versus non-fasting days, but again, it'll be more helpful to look at your weekly intake. And most likely you'll find that eating for only 20 hours for 4 or 5 days a week will naturally decrease your calorie intake and most likely give you that deficit that you need to lose 2 to 4 pounds a month. And by the way, the numbers I gave you are the typical recommendation, as I said, to lose a pound a week. But I think losing a pound a week is a lot. When I was losing weight myself, I was losing 2 pounds a month. And I find that particularly as you get closer to your goal weight, if you have less than 20 pounds to lose, losing 2 pounds a month is a realistic goal. I wouldn't aim to lose much more than that. So you could even make your calorie deficit to be only 1,400 to 1,700 calories a week, which comes to, you know, maybe 300 calories a day. So in the end, figuring out how many calories you need to eat when you're intermittent fasting isn't that complicated. However, you do need to make sure that you're eating enough, you're not creating too great of a calorie deficit, and also enjoy the process. Don't stress yourself out too much. Make sure your weight loss expectation is realistic. Give yourself grace, patience. It took your body maybe years to get to the weight you are currently at. So don't expect to lose all that weight within a couple months. it takes time. Be patient with yourself, be patient with your body. Trust the process. The joy of intermittent fasting is that not only you're losing weight, but you're healing your body, you're regulating your insulin levels, and freeing yourself from food cravings and gaining true food freedom. That's why I am such a proponent of intermittent fasting. I hope you found this video useful in your weight loss journey. Thank you for watching.